So I'd just started a job, and there was the prospect that if I passed probation, that they would sponsor me to stay in Australia permanently, and they were also willing to support a partner visa so that my partner would also be able to stay. So our whole life was resting on me doing well in this job. So it was freaking full on, obviously people want to do well in their jobs the whole time, but when your whole livelihood in a particular part of the country or in the world relies on you doing well and then also looking after your partner as well was a bit full on, to say the least. And yeah, the pressure of like the global financial crisis back home, knowing that it was kind of like this is your moment, you need to freaking make it happen. And we didn't know anybody in Australia. We just had the two of us, and obviously that puts pressure on a relationship, but also means that you don't have other people to lean on in times of stress. So yeah, I think I really missed your everyday things that you do with your friends, your family, and I really wanted to make greater connections, and the people that I was working with were lovely, and I really wanted to connect with them. And there was another girl within my team that was awesome about onboarding me. I've learned so much of my youth work practice from her. And we were having drinks one day after work, and then she was like, oh, like I remember what it was like when I first came here. I didn't know many people. I heard you have a partner, so if you and your boyfriend ever want to come and hang around with us, you can. We'll go and do things and the lads can all hang out together. And I'm like, cool, the boys can all hang out together. Cool. So I quickly changed the subject. And then a few weeks kind of went on, and we had another, I think something came up about somebody being gay or something, and one of the staff members clocked my face, kind of being like, oh shit. So she took me aside and she talked to me about how she's had many different relationships in her life. Some of them have been with same-sex people, and she just really wanted me to know that she had an ally within the team, and it was really lovely. I am going to talk about being a parent. So navigating parenthood is difficult for everybody, right? And then navigating queer parenthood is tricky for the people that are the parents and people for places that your child might be accessing, right? We get it. It's complicated. Things have progressed significantly in Western Australia in 2022, but when we think about how we look at a family, it's pretty much the same that we would have said probably 100 years ago is what we expect, right? We expect how many people are the parents, who gave birth to the parents, what bloodline there is, who's in support, what gender roles there are, all the above, right? So little queer families blow that shit out of the water. Sometimes not. So I think what's been really lovely for me is having services or allies just asking what we need. So simple things like going to a daycare. Hey, we're about to celebrate Mother's Day. How do you celebrate that in your household? How do you celebrate Father's Day? Do you have other days that you like to celebrate? Are there other things that we can do to include you more here? What does your child call you? What pronouns do you use? And that reminds me of a good one. So because my little one's autistic, he used to go to speech therapy. And a key component within age development of his age group is using correct pronouns and gender terms. Fine, age appropriate, let's go. But when we teach that traditionally in a speech setting, they have pictures and be like, point to that girl, is like, would she or he do this? And I'm just like, she could see my face being like, and she just stopped the session. I was like, can you tell me how you would like this to be done? And I was like, well, you're trying to use an image and getting him to assume the gender of someone based on their appearance. I was like, he knows how to use they pronouns. So I'm pretty sure in a while he'll get used to he and she. So he's pretty comfortable with they pronouns, and he knows that, and it's not something that we actually explicitly taught, he just picked it up, that we need to find out how somebody identifies before we start using things like girl, boy, he or she. Alright, allies, I know you probably want a very black and white answer. We're not going to get one. No two queer people are the same. Yeah, sorry. So a lot of it is around just that person-centered support. just asking a person, what do you need from me right now? You know, providing that validation, like, far out, things are tough right now. That sucks. Can I just sit with you? And like I was saying a bit before, like it can be really uncomfortable sometimes. And I know as allies and mates that you may just want to fix things and make things okay. But you know what? We still got a long way to go. We're not going to fix things in the morning. And some of it's going to be about just sitting in the shit. Come sit in the shit with me. Sometimes that's all I need.